Hello? Hello? I can hear you. I can't see you, but it's all good. Hi. That's fine. You don't have to have your whatever. Okay. So is there a way to record this and post it on YouTube that you're aware of? So use my screen and then do like show my screen? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Whoa. It's okay. Okay. I think right. I could be wrong. Did it work? 'Cause it's, yeah, that's what happened with me too. So I hit stop sharing. You guys met up last week? Yeah. Totally. I'm good. So, do I just keep on using the Hangouts to save it to YouTube, and then even though I'm not sharing my screen with you, will it still work? You know? Yeah. Exactly. Don't worry. So, what works for you then? Do Wednesdays typically work for you? Gotcha. So, is he gonna come join us in a minute, or is he coming to join us, or? Okay. No, he said he sent me an email saying that it was in the middle of his office hours, so he probably wasn't going to come. Said he might drop in for a minute, but I don't think he's really going to come at all. Amron just sent me a text. He said, I still can't, just keeps coming up as a broadcast, so I can hear you, but I can't talk back. I've tried and downloaded so many things on my computer, but Google and Apple just don't go well, I guess. Can we call him? Ammaron Yates, Yates. I'm sending him. I'm calling him now. Let's see if it works. Hi. Yay. That's okay. I don't either. I'm sorry I told her no fun. No worries. So when you guys did this last week, did you just do the quiz or did you work on the other thing, the mind map? Awesome. It's fine with me. I live in Utah, um, in Bountiful. Yeah. What about you? Okay. That's cool. Yeah, that would be hard. There's another kid named Mitchell Moses, but I've never heard anything at all from him. So I don't think he's really in the class anymore. Maybe not. Maybe he's sticking around somewhere, but he's never responded to any of my emails or anything like that. So I don't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I have. Do I record on the phone call, like the phone call, or do I? Because I have the broadcast going and I'll record our voices, but do I need to record on? Yeah, I've been recording since. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so number one is which of the following factors has been the dominant source of economic growth in the U.S. except in 1973 to 1995? And the options are increase in population, increase in labor productivity, increase in hours per worker, or increase in labor force. So That's what I have too. Just because our population has actually gone down, so really we've just become more productive. Okay. So do we need to find it in the textbook, or are we good to just kind of keep going? Okay, the factor accounting for the largest increase in the productivity of labor in the United States has been, number one, the education and training of workers. Number two, improved resource allocation. Number three, the quantity of capital. Or number four, technological advance. For that one, I put technological advance. I went through and did it earlier today just because I'm that way. And I can't remember where I found it now, but and my computer is being very, very slow. Yeah. I'm pretty sure somebody in my house is watching Netflix. Jeez, next time I need to write down where I found the answers when I do this. Here. In accounting for growth. What? In accounting for growth, 8.3, there's a section called technological advance. It says the largest contributor to productivity growth is technological advance, which is thought to account for about 40% of productivity growth. And it was talking about the US, I think it looks like beforehand. So, oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. So number three, technological advances that contribute to economic growth include the following, except one, innovative production techniques, two, new managerial methods, three, innovative digital gadgets for consumers, or four, new forms of business organization. And that's probably in that same area. So not the gadgets for consumers. Awesome. Okay. No, the innovative digital gadgets for consumers is the only one that is included. So Number 4, human capital refers to the 1, tools and equipment available to workers, 2, amount of financial available to startup firms, 3, number of workers available in the economy, or 4, education, training, and skills of workers. Perfect. Education, training, and skills of workers. Yeah. Okay. Number 5. Which of the following is a demand for? Which of the following is demand factor in economic growth? 1, more human and natural resources. 2, technological progress and innovation. 3, an increase in the economy's stock of capital goods. Or 4, an in total spending in the economy. So, second one. The only one that's actually talking about demand is, I'm maybe not. I think the others relate, like 1, 2, and 3 relate more to supply. I was thinking the 4th one, but I could be wrong. It says under determinants of growth, supply factors are increase in quantity and quality of natural resources, increase in quantity and quality of human resources, increases in supply or stock of capital goods, and improvement of technology. So those are the first. What? So under determinants of growth, 8.3 in the page 180 in the textbook, it lists what the supply factors are and what the demand factor is and what the efficiency factor is. Yeah, so the supply factors are yeah. So the first 3 are supply factors, and number 4 is the one I thought was the actual demand factor, the answer. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 6, which of the following is a measure of economic growth that is most useful for comparing living standards? So which of the following measures of economic growth is most useful for comparing living standards? Is number 1, growth in nominal GDP. Number 2, decreases in the rate of unemployment. Number 3, increases in real GDP per capita. And number 4, increase in real GDP. In the very first section, I think, economic growth, 8.1, the 3rd paragraph down, about halfway through, it says, for comparing living standards, however, the second definition is superior. Any increase in real GDP per capita occurring over some time period. The 3rd one, increases in real GDP per capita, right? because it's got the two. It has the two definitions, and then like halfway through that third paragraph, it says the second definition is superior, the GDP per capita. Okay. Number 7. The following factors tend to make the real GDP growth rate understate the growth of economic well-being, except 1. Improved product quality, 2. Added leisure, 3. Debasement of the environment, or 4. More stress-free lifestyle. Where did I find this one? If you go down to the bottom of 8.1, it lists um, improved products and services. Wait, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, improved products and services, added leisure, and then other impacts. It says it's talking about stress on the planet, debases physical environment. The only one that's not listed there is more stress-free lifestyle. I had a really slow day at work today, so I sat and I did homework all day long. This may not always be the case. I know what I'm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Okay, number 8. Growth promoting institutional structures include the following, except 1. Patents and copyrights, 2. Efficient financial institutions, 3. Protection of domestic firms from foreign rivals, or 4. Stable political system. Yeah. If you read further, like in the paragraph underneath all the little like bolded ones, it says several other difficult to measure factors also include, and it talks about the United States also has had a stable political system characterized by democratic principles, internal order, the right of property ownership, blah blah blah. So not in the bullet points is the stable political system. Yeah. Okay. Number 9, efficient financial institutions foster the flow of 1. Saving and investment, 2. Spending and income, 3. Resources and products, 4. Inventions and ideas. So under efficient financial institutions, it says these are needed to channel the savings generated by households toward the businesses, entrepreneurs, and investors that do most of society's investing and inventing. So is it saving and investment or inventions and ideas? Banks as well as stock and bonds market appear to be institutions crucial to modern. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the investment. Oh, it's one of the in the same spot we were before, the institutional structures that promote modern economic growth. Efficient financial institution. But it talks about both savings and the inventions and ideas, but I kind of think it's more the savings thing. What do you guys think? Yeah. Okay, number 10. The reason why per capita GDP in the US is significantly higher than some other rich countries, like, say, France, include the following: except US citizens put in substantially more work hours than do citizens of France. Number 2, cultural differences between the US and France regarding the right balance between labor and leisure. Number 3, differences in the tax structure and the resulting incentive effects of taxes. Or number 4, difference in the communication technology due to language differences. And it talks about France specifically here in the book somewhere. I just can't remember where now. Let's see. Oh, if you go just a few paragraphs up from the institutional structures that promote, it's one paragraph below the economic growth, the consider this. It says, finally, you may be puzzled as to why the GDP per capita of the United States is so much higher than other leading countries. It says, one important reason is that US citizens put in substantially more labor time than do citizens of countries. Let's see, what else would we say? Yeah, so less incentive to work in France. So number 4. Yeah, that's what I think. Okay. Number 11. Critics of growth policies focus on the following arguments, except 1, growth has resulted in resource degradation and pollution. 2, sociological problems like poverty have not been solved by growth. 3, growth may have given us the good life, but we cannot better it anymore. Or 4, rapid growth is not sustainable in the long term due to resource limitations. And I think this is the last section in the book where this one is. Ooh. Is growth desirable and sustainable? Okay, so not that one. Then critics of growth also argue that there is little compelling evidence that economic growth has solved sociological problems such as poverty. So not that one either. Then, and then the third paragraph says, anti-growth sentiment also says that while growth may permit us to make a better living, it does not give us the good life. So that's kind of opposite of what it says there. And then the last paragraph is, finally, critics of high rates of growth doubt that they are sustainable. So I say the third one. Okay, number 12. Which of the following does not correctly characterize modern economic growth? Number one, it spread slowly across the globe with some societies not having experienced it yet. Number two, it has only occurred in the last 200 or so years. Number three, it drastically alters the culture and politics of society. Number four, it has not affected the average lifespan of human beings. I put the fourth one. I'm just trying to find it in the book again as to why I put it there, but that's what it's saying. Which of the following does not characterize modern economic growth? So it has not affected the average lifespan of human beings. Yeah, so it's an opposite. One of those questions you hate. Was that? Oh, it's okay. Oh, you're back though. You don't sound funny anymore either. We were just talking about number 12. Just for a second. Number 12. I think it's the last one. It has not affected the average lifespan of human beings because it's one of those. Which of the following does not correctly characterize modern economic growth? So that's what I think it is. And I found where it's talking about it. It's 8.2, modern economic growth. Let's see here. At the very end, it talks about how life expectancy has doubled worldwide over since the 1700s. So it has affected the average lifespan of human beings. So, do you get that, Seth? Number 12. Yeah, that's the one I think is the correct answer. Okay. Are we ready to go on, or? Okay. Number 13, the problematic trend in the inverse dependency ratio in the US is likely to show up first in number 1, the manufacturing sector, 2, agriculture, 3, social security, or 4, national defense. And this one I found in one of the little like yellow boxes, and I can't remember which it is. And it took me forever to find because I don't read the yellow boxes. Steph, you're breaking up again. Okay, it was the last word is what I found it in. Somewhere in here. About halfway through the yellow box of the last word, it talks about the inverse dependency ratio. And it says, which is defined as the number of people of working ages divided by the number of dependents who are seniors over the age 65 plus youth under 20. It says, and then the paragraph just for that, it says, the place where this problem is likely to show up first is Social Security. Okay, number 14. Number 14 says, modern economic growth often results in the following, except less time for ordinary people to enjoy leisure activities because the primary focus is on production and work. 2, vast increases in wealth and living standards for many groups in the economy. 3, spread of universal education and elimination of ancient social norms. Or 4, movement toward democracy and the abolishment of feudalism. And for some reason, I didn't do this one. Yeah, I think you're right, Emma. Yeah, I agree. Okay, number 15. Assume a nation's current production possibilities are represented by the curve AB in the above diagram. Would best be indicated by a number 1, shift in the curve from AB to CD. Number 2, shift in the curve from AB to EF. Number 3, movement from point 1 to point 2. Number 4, movement from point 3 to point 4. And the little graph in the book is on determinants of growth, 8.3, about halfway down. Yep. Yeah. Okay, number 16. Refer to the above diagram. If the production possibilities of an economy are shown by curve AB, but the economy is operating at point 4, the reasons are most likely to be because of 1, supply and environmental factors, 2, demand and efficiency factors, 3, labor inputs and labor productivity, or number 4, technological progress. Um, I am really not sure about this one. I put demand and efficiency factors, but I'm not certain. And the little text are all the way through. The optimum output. Yeah, that's. I didn't really read that very carefully. Whenever there's too much like mathy looking stuff, my brain kind of skims over it. But that's kind of what I. Yeah, it's hard for me to read anything that has variables or something like that written into it. But yeah, that's kind of what I deduced from like thinking about how it would work. But that's so. Thank you for finding that in the text and making me feel better about my answer. Okay, number 17, almost there. Factors that contributed to the higher U.S. labor productivity growth in 1955 to 2012 relative to the earlier period include the following except number one, information technologies, 2, new startup firms and increasing returns, 3, global competition, and 4, population growth. And I didn't really look this one up. I just deduced population growth because our population has not been growing as quickly as it used to. But if someone knows where it is in the text, that's awesome. No worries. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. So are you saying it's labor? You could be right. Yes. Yeah. No, not at all. Okay. Okay. So are we ready to move on now, or do you want to go over it again? Number Okay. So number 17, factors that contributed to the higher U.S. labor productivity growth in 1995 to 2012 relative to the earlier period include the following: except microchip and information technologies, new startup firms and increasing returns, global competition, and population growth. Oh. 8.5, it says reasons for the rise in the average rate of productivity growth. Um, and the three bold topics underneath it is the microchip and information technology, new firms and increasing returns, and then global competition. So population growth, number 4. I like it when it's in bold and you don't have to actually read. Okay, 18. One major economic benefit of global competition is 1, lower unemployment, 2, increased protection of domestic firms, 3, pressure to innovate, 4, more leisure opportunities. That's what I put too. Yeah. Okay, number 19. An anti-growth view would be that there may be a significant trade-off between productivity and 1, education, 2, unemployment, 3, economies of scale, or 4, the quality of life. And that's going to be that last section again, I think. Um, I think it's number 4, the quality of life. Yeah. Yeah. The anti-growth view, it says, may permit us to make a better living, but it does not give us the good life. So, that's okay. And number 20, rising real wages for women in the U.S. workforce since the 1960s have 1, reduced access to job opportunities for women, 2, increased the opportunity cost of staying at home, 3, led to a rise in the number of lifetime births for women, or 4, labor resources from urban to rural areas of the nation. And this is another one of those little yellow boxes. Yeah, on 8.4, accounting for growth, women, the labor force, and economic growth. It says, rising productivity has increased women's wage rates. Those higher wages have raised the odds of staying at home. So number 2. Okay. Well, it's late where you are. Isn't it almost 10? Or past 10? Well, we're done now. So appreciate you meeting with us so late. It's just, we've got people on the Pacific coast and people back east, and so it's like, when do you do? Yeah. Well, I'm glad it works out for you. Well, thank you. No worries. Well, thanks you guys for meeting. Yeah, for sure. Okay. You're wrong. Does it? I have mine written on a piece of paper. I printed out the questions and I wrote it down because I was doing it at work. And it's hard to like save and go back. So I just kind of have it on a piece of paper, but the, um, yeah, it wasn't super clear. There's not anywhere that says this is which one do we have for that one? Oh, yeah. This is why you don't listen to me. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll post the video. Okay. Bye.